before we get started, folks, make sure you hit the pause button. Okay, go down below. There's a Rumble link. Go over to Rumble and follow us over there. QFS1776.com is, without question, the holy grail of what's to come. Okay, T-shirts. You got to get yourself decorated. This way people will ask you, what is XRP? What is the quantum financial system? What is this? What is that? And you send them where? To QFS1776.com, where they need to immerse themselves, because we're going to burn down this system down to the ground. And out of the ashes will rise the phoenix. There'll be nothing to go back to. Believe me when I tell you that. Unified TV will take over Netflix. We're bringing in the next genre of movie producers and storytellers and actors and actresses. And we're telling the story of how the world is going to be on earth as it is in heaven. Jasara Nasara is coming. Don't make no mistake about it. Gold and silver right down below. Promo code Mel Carmine. Make sure you use the promo code. Almost $8 billion in sales. We're direct to like a bunch of mints. We are the ones that can get you the gold and silver directly to your door, okay, at the cheapest price. Don't even waste your time looking for a cheaper price. It doesn't exist. Also, our Telegram groups down below. If you want to learn what's coming and you're sort of a little scared, I understand. Believe me, I was there too at one point. Our Patriots are literally waiting for you in the room. And if you need more than $10,000 worth of XRP or $1 million worth of XRP, you come see me. Send me an email at QFS1776@gmail, and we'll get you as much as you want. Well, good afternoon, folks. We got Tom Carr. Tom is up in the Boston area. Is that correct, Tom?
17 miles north of Boston.
Excellent, excellent. Some of my favorite people in the world, in the entire world, Bostonians. Absolutely. And I got to tell you, he went through my broker, absolute class act operation. I'm talking my brokerage firm that is spread all over the world now. It's not just in one location. I want him to tell you the experience he had, which is nothing short of stellar. Obviously, folks, I'm going to tell you flat out, because I don't sugarcoat anything. You can't get XRP at, any exchange. Pretty soon, they're probably, if the Kabuki Theater lawsuit absolutely shuts down and say, hey, Ripple won the lawsuit, whatever, you're probably not even going to be able to buy it. They're probably going to say you have to be accredited, which means you have to be worth, you have to have $1 million in the market. You have to make $250,000 a year for the last, 5 years, et cetera. And the reality is right now, you still have a window of opportunity to buy through my brokerage firm, $10,000 or more, okay, 10,000 USD or more. And it's very painless. It happens very seamless. You just wire your money in, they contact you, they give you a menu option within 5 to 7 business days. You got your money downloaded onto these things here. These are broken, so okay, but you can put them on these things, the hardware wallets, which are down below. Okay, make sure you get them from our links, because they'll bring you directly to the manufacturer, because there's a lot of horror stories on that too. Billions of dollars missing off of these things because people are buying them off the hackers. Needless to say, there's also a sad part of the story, but my broker yesterday, because they were on their toes, they said, wait a minute, I think you're getting scammed, Tom. Show me what's going on. He explained to them what's going on. And sure enough, because he was ready, he was completely sold on whatever. These guys are smooth, because this guy's not stupid, okay? Far from it. You see, if they can get Tom, they can get you, they can get me. So we got to tell the story of how it happened and why it happened. And this way we could save some of you guys from falling into that same pitfall, if that makes any sense. Tom, welcome to the show, brother. First, let's start off with your experience with my brokerage firm, which are spread all over the world at this point. And I've got 350 clients and counting, all satisfied, every single one of them, including you. Tell them how that went, please.
Absolutely. Well, first off, with your brokerage firm, amazing. And, thorough and, just being willing to help. I mean, it's a nice change to have that. So, going back to, when I pulled the trigger, I think it was probably 6 or 7 months ago. And it was a nice, smooth process. I didn't have to deal with any, banking issues or anything like that. I think I actually was able to trade my XLM that was easy to convert. So I made it was very fast process. It happened within an hour or two. It was amazing. And, just make the emails, not not too many where it's over the top, but checking in if there's major movement in the markets. They're always updating you. But back to the subject at hand here. And Mel, I know I've talked to you here for a long time. I am I'm not exactly thrilled that this is why you're having me. Our first appearance here together. I wish it was on something more fun to talk about, but I think it's important for people to understand this story. So, obviously, there's a lot of people here that follow Quantum Stellar Initiative, or mainly Whiplash 347. I would say the majority do. At least checking in for intel, regardless of what your opinion is of either of those channels. And so I was been banned on every single platform, and I decided to just join Facebook here over the last month, just to kind of join some of the groups. I find some of the consciousness, or Nikola Tesla groups, or some of my interests. They have some good information, Hawkins consciousness scale pictures and things like that. So I wanted to be on the platform, but I might have 20 friends. I don't really I'm not really trying to build my Facebook or anything like that. And so I think it was last week, I saw Whiplash 347 pop back on there, and it was the same posts that I was seeing posted in other groups were popping up, and I wasn't paying too much attention, because if I wanted to see those posts, I'd be looking somewhere else. But they were matching. He announced that he was back to Facebook, because some of us OG in the movement, he was a vital part of our awakening. Back before he was major on Twitter or Telegram. So he's back, announcing himself as back, and so it looked pretty similar to the other platforms. There's I think it's up to like 700 people in the last week and a half or two. On top of that, they came out with these signal groups, where again QSI, Whiplash 347 are on the Signal app, trying to encourage people to gather there if and when there's a blackout or whatever the case may be. And so another thing here that's important to understand is that I followed Whip for 2 years, and I also have gone back and forth with him. I've provided substantial research on companies for him. He's done the same for me, and so we have had dialogue. And I know the majority of people on here probably don't have that situation, but there's still probably a lot that have at least shot him a message or tried to post in his group. So either way, there was a post on Facebook the other day. It was talking about the ISO, the 20022 coins, and just basically in light of everything that's going on, FTX, and warning, like, hey, if you have something on an exchange, you need to get it off. And there was just a little bit of a forum going on, and I naturally try to educate and help people, and so I was in there, and people were talking about should they move off Coinbase? Is that one of them too? Should they move it to their Nano? All this stuff. And so in the midst of that, I had said, I actually still have to get my Algorand off into my Nano S. And, I answered some questions for some people the best I could and tried to help them out. So about 5 minutes later, I get the message from Whiplash, and it's saying, Lobster Wallet or, Coinbase to Nano. Is it a Nano S, Nano S Plus, or Nano X? I believe the choices are. And so I'm just talking to him like I would, on the Telegram platform or on other platforms, where it wasn't out of the ordinary for me to be speaking with Whiplash, especially when I was in his comments, helping the people. So anyway, long story is that here was how I got, screwed. So it was, okay, well, what you need to do is get a trust wallet and then back up your wallet before you send it to the ledger. So I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't think I had to do that, but Trust Wallet, seems pretty reputable, and all I have to do, he wasn't asking for my, secret private keys or anything, which I knew was a no-no. And so I went and I got the Trust Wallet. I went on, I wish I had the screenshot in front of me. I can get this information later, but basically there was a domain like, I don't know, proappsolution.com or something like that, right?
Their
And
domain.
what's that? Yeah,
It's
domain.
their domain, absolutely.
And so he was like, listen, don't write your information here, but what you want to do is you want to, log in here, and you want to go into your trust wallet, and then you just want to connect it, and that's it.
Mhm.
And so here's the thing. So I did that. Now, looking back on it, there's obviously some red flags, but again, it didn't even cross my mind. This is whiplash, right? And so all of a sudden, I have now a substantial amount of Algorand transferred. I did a little bit of XLM, a little bit of Dogecoin. Again, I'm moving what was in my Coinbase, and I was like, well, I might as well have all my XRP here too. So let me call Mel's brokerage firm and get it sent. So I called and I said, I think I'm going to send it over to this wallet. Can you send it for me? And thank goodness, he said yes. But first, I'm going to send you just a couple of test payments. And so I think he sent over one XLM and maybe a half of XRP over back to me of what
That's
she was holding.
usually how they do it. Yeah. Yeah.
And so about an hour, maybe half hour later, she said, hey, I just wanted to make sure everything got over to you quickly. So now here we go. So now I go in. Okay, I see that one XLM. I see the half XRP. Wait a minute. Where's my Algorand? It's gone. So I go and log in to the other, again, I wish I had that name for you. I will post this in your group later so people can understand. I go there, I log in. Guess what? My Algorand's listed there. It's listed there. It was like 12,500 Algorand, whatever it was, something to that name.
It's on their website.
So I'm like, okay, but immediately, my higher self, I knew that something was off there. I didn't authorize that move, right? So anyway, the guy at Mel's brokerage firm, I say, please don't send anything else. He's like, I'm not. I'm waiting for the go ahead before I send everything else. And I said, I don't know. Something feels off in my gut. I don't feel good. I feel sick to my stomach. I would say within 5 minutes, I get a call. And he's like, hey, man, what's going on? Are you okay? How can I help you? Yeah, I said, listen, I think something might be off here. Thank goodness you didn't send all my assets. And not only, I gave him the story. He said, yeah, I think you're going to have to learn a painful lesson here, Tom. But he didn't stop there. He asked me, he said, is it okay if you, can you go ahead and give me your Algorand address? And he took it, he studied it on the Algorand ledger. And he went through it all. And then, he sees, okay, it got sent to this wallet called Binance 5. And then most likely he goes to scam. He goes, I know this is a lot of money to you. If it was something over 100 grand or something, it might be worth trying to fight it with attorneys and stuff. But, again, I'm not trying to say your investment here is a little bit, it's a 5-figure investment, but it's gone, man. And, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. And he reassured me that he's had to do that with people that had, 7 and 8 zeros, not just, my 4 zeros at the end. It was tough. And then I immediately was like, I teach people.
Here's the thing. This is what I think happened. What I think happened is this guy was very clever. He was hanging out in Whiplash room. And he was copying and pasting all of the jargon verbatim the way Whiplash has got on his room and posting it over into the Facebook room. And you said, everything matched.
Yeah.
Correct? These guys are clever. These guys are very smart. They're not stupid. You got to watch. So then they set up their own website, which is what most people fall, and they start to use, go through the Sum Wallet, whatever. Is that Sum Wallet? Was that legit? Or was that their version of a wallet?
it's legit enough that without checking anything, it's going to pass the quick. I just got to set this up real quick. Looking back on it, again, a few red flags. I noticed that support was spelled with one P, not two, on customer support.
That's how they do it. That's how
Yeah.
they do it also with these freaking things. Okay.
But hold on. So Mel, the scam wasn't done there, right? So he didn't block me. And as of right now, he's still scamming other people. That is why I'm on here. We're trying to help people right now. You know, the last thing I want to do is, you know, come on here and you know, just look like a fool. I can't believe it happened to me. You know, I teach people about how to do the assets the right way. I'm not the best when it comes to all these different wallets, but if you're talking about, you know, Lobster, you're talking about Stellar Network, or, you know, the ISO 2022 coins, you know, I'll put my knowledge up against anybody's out there. But again, with the nanos and the switching and all that, this is new to me.
So the wallet was a fake wallet. The wallet was their wallet, correct?
Yeah. So this is what happens, right? So now he's still over there, and he hasn't blocked me yet. And so I'm saying to him, I'm like, okay, maybe I can possibly outsmart him. He knew I had XRP. He knew I had XLM. So I was like, look, I have a massive amount of XLM I want to bring over here, XRP2. I can't find I'm playing dumb. I'm thanking him for his time still, and I'm just seeing what more information I can get to see if I can outsmart him and trick him a little bit. And so he just keeps up with it. So here's what he tries to do. So finally he admits that, oh no, it's not in the Trust wallet anymore. It's in the other platform. I said, well, I didn't authorize that. And then he said, oh, it's okay. It's fine over there. And he said, oh, if you want help over there, just contact the support over there. And I said, okay, all right. I mean, I'm like, what is that? So now I go over to their support. I click, you know, please help, right? And, you know, there's 2 or 3 minutes in between. I see the texting, everything. It didn't look right. But basically they said, oh, yeah, we can help you, but you need to have at least 100,000 of assets total. And right now you only have 12,500 Algorand, and I had, you know, whatever I had. So I needed to get to 1,000 total units of coins before they'll release them, because they're trying to help me. Like, oh my goodness. So, and to make it all worse, Mel, these guys are so ruthless and so narcissistic and psychopathic.
They have 0.000 soul. They don't give a shit about anything.
He still hasn't blocked me, and he's still telling me that he's trying to help me, right? And it's like, hey, I talked to Whiplash. I know it's not you. He still is saying, you know, this is I can't believe you're trying to call me a scam artist. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, is this guy for real? So then I said to him, I said, look, okay, I'll tell you what, bro, you got me. How about this? Send me half, and you can keep half. And I will tell the universe no karma will come after you. Just send me my half back. I'll take the loss. What do you say? He hasn't answered that one.
Well, let me ask you a stupid question. And I know it's not a stupid question, because I know you have the answer to this question that I'm about to ask you. And I want everybody out there to pay very close attention to what I'm about to ask them, because this could be the difference between you getting scammed and not getting scammed. Had you gotten suspicious, not sent your money in, and came into my Telegram group, which is right down below, you're crazy not to join. You're absolutely effing out of your mind not to join. Because if you go into our Telegram group and you would have asked a few of my administrators who are sharper than me, hey, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z, would you still have that money in your account? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
That's why I say to my people, don't leave the room. Stay. It's not because I want to hold you captive. You're free. There's a revolving door. Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out. But you think, if you think there's any room on Telegram that's got it tighter than this dude, the Sicilian firewall, you be crazy. Because I'll tell you right now, these stories on other rooms are a dime a dozen. In my room, They very seldom happen. You know why? Because I allow my people to take all of their tricks, every single one of them, and post them in our room, because our room is about education. Our room is about fighting for you, the little guy.
Yes. And to that point, Mel, I want to, this is important. There's still about 700 patriots over there that are thanking him, asking him for help, DMing him over there. I've spent all night last, not all night, but hours last night, all day today, trying my best to say, please watch out, warning all these people. These are people part of our movement. I don't want any of these people hurt. So when I get the snippet of this video, I'm going to try to send it to all these people, because this guy is so arrogant.
Then I need you guys, the digital soldiers, to do your job. Because if you don't sprinkle us, and the algorithms are against us, and the devil worshippers are against us, we're screwed.
So Mel, I know you can relate and respect what I'm about to say, but as bad as this was, and it's one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, and I cannot believe it happened. I still had to sit back and say, you know what? I still am blessed enough to have all these other assets. My children, aren't going to bed hungry. They're warm. Okay, I took a big hit, but I was okay. And then I had to step back and say, okay, after I processed, after I got my anger out, and I just said, okay, everything's happens for a reason. I know this. What am I trying to learn here? What lesson am I supposed to learn? Why? And I don't question anything anymore, because I understand that all of this is a divine plan, right? And so, even if it's the simple start of us being able to talk a little bit here on a live stream, if it maybe is going to help save a couple people that would have been screwed over, 3 times as much as me, or would have hurt 10 times as much as it hurts me, maybe it's all worth it. Hey, maybe something's going to happen here that, okay, I might have to step out of my comfort zone a little bit here, and I'm going to have to come back to Mel and say, hey, Mel, you think you can help me? This is something I believe in, and who knows? I don't know. I don't question that, but I know everything happens for a reason. And
well, you get a $12,500 education. It could have ended up being a $37,000 education, because my broker saved your ass, because you were ready to go all in. My broker said, "Wait a minute, you're making a big mistake. You just got taken for $12,500. Don't do it. You just got scammed. I'm sorry for your loss." And you chalk it up to experience. You move forward. You shake it up like a big boy. You put your big boy pants on, and you move forward. The important thing is that the prices of the assets are still low enough for you to be able to recuperate your bags. And this guy's probably going to walk out in the middle of the street, get hit by a bus, Lord willing.
You know what? Listen, I've done so much extensive working on consciousness and really trying to understand what you're supposed to do in these situations. And I shit you not, Mel, I said to this guy, okay, I said, listen, brother, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you, because clearly you need this. And I said, and I send you my love and light. And I didn't just say that. I said, I'm going to put this to the test right now, because never have I wanted to strangle someone as much as I want to strangle him or have him hit by a bus. But I took it within myself to actually be like, okay, is he, how bad is his life that he has to do this? Hey, maybe this helped change his life. I hope it did. But I actually conditioned myself to get to the point of being like, you know what? I am grateful that I am not him having to do that to other human beings to be able to make something with their life. So that took a lot of work, but I got there.
Yeah, being scammed in the old days was easier than being scammed in these digital, because you could hide behind a keyboard. You could be anywhere. Nobody could find you. It's very easy to get away with it. It's very hard to catch them. Years ago, I'll tell you a story, and then we're going to close it out with this. I love telling stories, and the stories I have are unbelievable. But somebody tried to screw my dad out of a lot of money. And I'll mention that one of the guys' names by names, because he's dead. Okay. His name is Onofrio Ventricelli, and his cousin Mike. I won't mention his name because he's still alive. But Onofrio Ventricelli, they work for the outfit. And somebody tried to screw my father out of a lot of money. And I said, my father was ready to go through the law and all. I said, what are you doing? What are you wasting your time? Said, let me handle it. So long story short, these guys had a special 800 number. They knew exactly when this guy, Alphonse, deposited, the money in the bank account. And they called me one day. They said, Mel, we got to go get him now. Why? He said, because the money's in the account. So they took him, put him in the back of my seat of my Lincoln, and we drove him across the bridge from Manhattan into New Jersey. And this guy had one choice. You go in the bank and you come out with a certified check for the full amount. Otherwise, you go meet your maker. And they had to meet some very big people that made the Times Magazine front cover, if you know what I mean. A guy that's also dead by the name of Gotti. Okay. I mean, people had to call people to make this shit happen. And we had to get green lights. We couldn't move on your own. You got to get permission. It's a police department for wise guys. Just like they say in the movie. And it is.
And
it's a police department. Well, unfortunately, we haven't figured out how to pinpoint with an IP address with some kind of special software where these people are, because when you belong to a network of people that respect you and know who you are, you have the ability to reach around the world and touch somebody.
I also, I'm kissing this goodbye, and I if I never see it again, 99.9%, whatever. But
right.
In quantum, the way that it is, I'm not putting it past that there still is a minute possibility that, who knows if he's rounded up, right, that they could put together who these transactions were at 129 on Tuesday at, that was $12,552 transaction. You know what I'm saying? I think that they others, the white hats are in quantum right now. I think if it was a big enough scenario, I don't think my smaller transaction in the larger scheme of things they'd worry about. But if this was 120 million or something, I think they have the ability with the quantum working right now to track these people down if they needed to.
Interesting.
But I don't. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but
it is what it is. You know what? Fill up your bags again. I'm gonna help you do that. You know how to get in touch with my broker. That's, replenish it. It's an experience. I'm sure, my friend Tom, you're never going to do that again, are you?
Absolutely not.
You got to become an asshole. If you're going to win this game, don't be afraid to ask questions. Come in the room, stay in the room, ask questions. You're not sure of something? Measure 9 times, cut once, you'll never make a mistake. I promise you.
Yes, and thank you for everything that you're doing, not just for people in the crypto.
It's my pleasure, brother. I love doing this. Are you kidding? I'm getting some incredible, because your story, I feel bad that you got ripped off, but your story is going to help potentially thousands of people from following in those footsteps. Because I want you now, like I said, to send my wife the website address, pictures, all of it, because we're going to include it in this thing. And when we include it in this thing, that's a coffin nail to their operation, because somebody else is going to say, holy shit, I'm in communications with those people right now, and I didn't send them anything. Thank goodness I saw the video. And we saved, even if we saved one person, it was well worth it. Thank you, brother, for staying on. Stay on. I'm going to say goodbye to the audience, and please come back and tell us a positive story the next time around. I'd love to have you on one of our roundtables. I think you're a podcast waiting to happen, to be quite honest.
Thank you, my brother, and I'll take you up on that.
Sounds good, brother. I'm sorry, like I said, that happened to you guys. We depend on you to sprinkle this stuff out there. Okay, you're the reason why this operation continues to go on. Don't forget, if you had any debt forgiveness, contact me, QFS1776@gmail.com. I will put you on the air. We could show your documentation redacted. We've had a few people on already with debt forgiveness. Jassar Nassar is real. It's happening. We're at the end of the movie. This has been dress rehearsal up until now, because I always say, and Tom, I think you can agree with this. We'll close out with this. If you were to buy XRP, now you know nothing about nothing. You just listen to me. Okay, you got your XRP. You put it on your hardware wallets, right? And all of a sudden, tomorrow your XRP is worth $100,000 each, and you bought, $10,000 worth of XRP at 39 cents or whatever it is today. I don't pay attention to the price. You're going to get a heart attack. You're going to die because you won't be able to handle it. But all of these we've spent the money already. Oh my God, I'm going to help these people. I'm going to help these people. I'm going to have this charity. I'm going to do that charity. I'm going to buy a boat. You sort of like, it's like going to the gym. It's like when we get the money, I think we're going to be bored as hell because we've already spent the money so many times in our freaking minds that when we finally get to own it, it's not going to be a big deal anymore. Because if you were to buy XRP today and you're rich tomorrow, you're going to have a heart attack. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.